so far.
Top story. There's been a dramatic escalation in tensions between India and Pakistan. This video has emerged. Now, we cannot independently verify it, but it is said to show, according to Islamabad, one of India's two downed MiG-21 fighter jets. Pakistan claims it shot down the warplanes in its airspace over Kashmir and arrested two pilots. RT's Nikki Urin gave me more details a little earlier.
Well, what we're absolutely sure we're seeing now is the culmination of tensions that have been building with more regularity in recent years. And essentially, things have now come to a head. And the importance and consequence of how things play out from here is very significant, not just because these are two very powerful countries, but because they are nuclear-armed enemies. So if this does continue to spiral downwards, this doesn't just impact the region. This could have an effect on the whole world. Pakistan is claiming to have shot down two Indian Air Force jets and captured two pilots, and says that its jets had launched airstrikes in Indian territory, a move that they claimed was in self-defense.
Pakistan is a responsible country, and we don't want to endanger lives of masses. We have yet not retaliated to India. All being done is just what a responsible country does for its defense. Our message is peace and not the war.
Now, India, however, claims that those Pakistani jets had been pushed back. This comes just one day after India claims it hit a militant training camp and killed a very large number of fighters from the militant group Jaish-e-Mohammed, which took responsibility for that suicide bombing early this month, which killed 40 Indian troops. Now, in a bizarre twist, Pakistan rejected India's claim, saying that Indian fighters were confronted before they conducted those strikes on the training camp and actually just dropped 4 or 5 bombs in an empty field and then fled back across the border. So what's making this situation all the more hard to follow is how the two sides have these conflicting media campaigns. Both sides are pushing their own narrative, and so we're seeing all sorts of contradictory information online and in the news. But at the core of it, what is very clear is what we're seeing is the first aerial attacks across that line of control, across that delicate Kashmir border, since the two countries were at war in 1971. Now, speaking in the past hour, the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has called for a responsible approach. He said, noting how both of them are nuclear powers, they really couldn't afford a miscalculation. Now, spikes in tensions over Kashmir, they have been up and down over the years. A fresh wave of violence really took hold in the summer of 2016, but Kashmir has always been contested territory, even before India and Pakistan won their independence from Britain in 1947. Let's have a reminder of the significance of Kashmir.
Nikki Urin with the report. Well, we have been getting reaction from experts on both sides. Here's some of what they told us.
I may have a military background, I'm from the Pakistan Air Force, but I would like to see peace in the region because both India and Pakistan do not want this to escalate to a mutually assured destruction, because that is what will happen. It will not remain a tit-for-tat action. It will definitely escalate into a full-scale war where it will be no holds barred. But you see, India took an action yesterday and Pakistan took an action today in retaliation and shot down 2 of the aircraft. I'm hoping that we let it go at that and we sit down and talk to each other, and if India has actionable intelligence, our Prime Minister has assured he will take definite action.
There was a response, and this is like a counter response, which was part of the Pakistani policy that if there is an attack on their territory, they will have to respond. And since both are nuclear powers countries, and the leaders know the stakes are very high, they just can't afford a full-fledged conflict. So the hope is that things will not spin out of control, and both sides will sort of cut their losses, so to say, and decide that let's bury this chapter, and we'll look forward to some other means, maybe, of continuing the war by other means, maybe through diplomatic, trade, economic, and all, because there are no winners in the military tug of war, as we have seen so far.